initially not interested in just capping premiums. I want to lower premiums.
By as much as $2,500 per family. It's time to bring down the costs for the entire country. Under the reform we're proposing,
You don't have to do anything.
if you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan, period.
You've got health insurance through your employer. You can keep your health insurance.
If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Add it all up, and the plan I'm proposing will cost around $900 billion over 10 years. The plan will not add to our deficit. It will actually reduce the deficit by $4 trillion over the long term.
And welcome to Hannity tonight. Because it directly impacts each and every one of you watching this program, we're dedicating the entire hour to exposing the Obamacare lies. Now, in every single block of the show, we're going to break down the rhetoric versus the reality and what the mainstream media will not tell the American people about Obamacare. And by the way, here to help us do so, we have compiled a brilliant studio audience made up of people from both sides of the aisle, even Lanny Davis. And we're going to bring them in just a moment with reaction. But first, a quick note. Later this hour, you're going to meet a woman by the name of Erling Davis. Now, she was an Obamacare telephone operator. That is until she spoke with me on my radio program earlier this week. Now, she was fired simply for telling the truth. The president told us to call, I called. And the mission now, we're going to find her a new job, and we'll give you the details on that coming up and that interview straight ahead. Also tonight, we want to update you on the very latest regarding the disastrous Obamacare rollout. Now, earlier today, lawmakers held a House hearing to try and get answers about why the website has been nothing short of a nightmare from day one. Now, they questioned the contractors who helped build the site, and they got this stunning admission.
So you shared that there were real difficulties in the testing with them?
All of the risks that we saw and all of the concerns that we had regarding testing were all shared with CMS.
And what was their response to when you shared some of the pitfalls in terms of what was going on?
My understanding is they understood those and were working on them, but I don't know further.
Did they ever come back with you in terms of the shortcomings and what needed to be done? Any concerns that were raised by them?
I never got a depiction from them.
All right, so they knew it would fail, and they didn't care. What's even worse is President Obama, Kathleen Sebelius, they promised this would not be the case, which brings us to our first Obamacare lie.
I want to be clear, we are ready to go on October 1st.
These marketplaces will be open for business on Tuesday, no matter what.
So to get ready for the marketplaces on October 1st, visit the website, healthcare.gov. Now, I've got some good news for you. It isn't your typical government website. We've made it, I think, very easy to use and very easy to understand.
Now, this is real simple. It's a website where you can compare and purchase affordable health insurance plans side by side, the same way you shop for a plane ticket on Kayak, same way you shop for a TV on Amazon. You just go on and you start looking, and here are all the options. Just visit healthcare.gov, and there you can compare insurance plans side by side, the same way you'd shop for a plane ticket on Kayak or a TV on Amazon.
You know, you can't make this stuff up, so for reaction, we bring in our studio audience. Lanny, I've got plans for you. We'll get to you in a minute. Let me start. Co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle. It's ready to go. It's easy to use. It's just like Amazon.
So here's the problem. Yeah, no, it's not ready for prime time, that's for sure. And what's really most flagrant about this and egregious is the fact that they knew it ahead of time, that they had such disregard for the health of the American people. They knew the system wasn't ready to go. They flat out lied about it. And now what are they going to do to fix it? Because nobody can even get on, okay? And once you do, who's going to pay for this? We don't even have the funds to pay for it. But they haven't thought it through. And why did they hire these people to set up this website? I mean, a guy at Starbucks that's, you know, ripping off Wi-Fi could have set up a better website than these guys.
Jamu, that's a, you know what? That's a great line. That's a great point. I agree with Kimberly. Right? You know, Jamu, we're going to get to all. It's 3 times now the cost of what it was promised. 45 out of 50 states, people are seeing shocks in terms of their premium prices going up, not down as promised. These are just a few of the lies. You watched this rollout. You supported $624 million taxpayer dollars in 3 years, and this is what we've got, Amazon?
Hey, Sean, I'm about to surprise you because, yes, the rollout has been piss poor pathetic. But
No but. All right,
bad,
now let's move on.
let me finish.
You were doing well up to that
Bad
point.
coding issues doesn't mean that the product is not good. This is a good product. We are going to get through these fixes. There are people who are coming in. Yes, it should not have gotten to this place. I was embarrassed watching the president have to be a ShamWow salesman up there. But again, this is insurance.
that work?
When people get it, it is
Wait a
going
minute.
to be affordable
Say
for
that?
the first time.
ShamWow works.
ShamWow
So
works.
that's a big
Exactly.
problem.
The insurance works. That's the issue here. The
There's no
insurance will work
proof.
for someone who could not get insurance, who could not afford insurance
Here's the
before
problem.
this. They don't care how long it takes. They want their child to get
Lauren?
insurance for the first time ever.
All right, first of all, the CBO, to contradict that, 30 million Americans will remain uninsured. Now, we're also going to get to the issue of there's now 800,000 New Jerseyans, 300,000 Floridians, and Weekly Standard said 16 million Americans won't have their insurance.
Right.
So we got huge problems, and the cost factor.
Yeah, it's tremendous. So hundreds of thousands of people right now are losing their insurance because they're not meeting the requirements that you need to have under Obama's form of healthcare. So people are losing their current insurance. At the same time, we really don't know what the cost is. It's going to go on to the taxpayer in the end. But in the end, we might see more people uninsured.
Lanny,
I think that's going to be the irony here.
Yeah,
No, I think it is, because
well, we know people. One of the big promises, if you like your health care, you can keep it. We're going to play that later.
Right.
Lanny Davis, you are as great a spin artist as I've ever met. I've been battling you since the Clinton impeachment days, right, Betty? Come on, you can't spin your way out of this.
I don't know how to respond to all the compliments you've given me. I support this program because it's been important for America to have national health insurance. We're the only Western democracy, the only one that doesn't. But this has not been a good rollout. There's been a lot of problems, but there's a way to solve the problems by asking the private sector, who's been in the business with internet sites selling health insurance, to come in and be partners with government.
Freeze frame. Lanny Davis just said to go to the free market. I know the president actually said this week, we're going to get the best and brightest to fix it. Kirsten, why didn't we get the best and brightest to start it?
To start the first time, I know, I agree. I wonder the exact same question. And most young people do, because we want a product that works efficiently. And that's what's really interesting is Obama and many within the administration have said from the beginning that this will work if young people buy into these plans. But young people don't have the attention span or really to go online and deal with this website. They're going to be like, shoot, that's why they don't want to delay the mandate. They don't want to delay it because they say, well, young people are going to, they're not going to sign up if we delay this. So that's why they're pushing so hard in the beginning.
Well, the key date is December 15th. If the program's not working by December 15th, we've got a real problem. Now, I think politically, the president has allowed his critics to come in and criticize this program over a website that should have been done right.
No,
and
but it's not
heads
just,
do need to roll for it.
but it's not just the website.
But
it's not just the website, because many, places have reported that this is actually about the system. This isn't nationalized healthcare. This is the government trying to create competition.
So are you
but
saying
what's
we need
happened
nationalized
is,
healthcare? Because I'm all for that.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the product isn't that great. In rural communities across the country, costs are going to skyrocket because there's only one health insurer participating in the exchanges. There's no competition.
The states
No,
in those
it's the
rural communities
insurers are not participating in the system because it's not good for them.
New York's got
It's
rural
not good for
communities,
them.
and
There's not
they're
competition.
doing just fine.
But what you're suggesting too is that the internet and the program should be two separate entities, and I don't think that that's accurate, because the fact is it goes to a leadership and planning issue, and that affects the broader goal of what the healthcare law is trying to do. And the idea that this program was ever going to be like kayak.com is absurd, because if it was going to be that easy, you would have never needed to spend millions of dollars in every state to implement a navigator program to help people walk through the sign-up process.
Last night we had Luke Chung on the program. He has a computer software company. He said he would be embarrassed if he couldn't build a better site for $1 million. The taxpayers of this country paid $634 million for this. And we now know the projected costs are 3 times what he said. We now know people aren't getting to keep their insurance. And we now know there's premium rate shock. What does it take for a big Chuck Schumer liberal like you to say, this is not what we were promised? Can you at least acknowledge that simple truth?
I will acknowledge that this has been a train wreck of a launch.
All of it.
It has been a train wreck.
The whole
and I
thing.
will even agree with you that there have been some promises that have been made, especially the kayak.com promise, that should have never been made. Anything government does is usually going to be more complicated than anything the private sector does. I'll take this guy up on it. I'll take this guy up on his offer to build it for $1 million. Have him call me.
It's not well thought of, and I'll tell you a thing that we've, a lot of people have brought to the attention in the media is the fact that that you can remain on your parents' insurance until you're 26 years old, but yet this is the same audience that you want to go onto the website and sign on for insurance. So you're missing that market because they're attaching onto their parents' insurance. So that's one very important thing. That's a glitch, not just a computer glitch, but that's a glitch within Obamacare.
Hang on, we got to take a break. And coming up tonight here on Hannity, one of these two people were fired because of Obamacare, but it's not who you think. But coming up first tonight, right here.